tonight is the midweek edition of the show. We're so very happy to be here to take you on a trip across the money-spinning world of sports. I'm Yemi Adebayo. There's a lot to talk about on the show tonight. We want you to be a part of everything that we're doing because there's so much to talk about. And as you know, sports is very exciting, and we just want you to be part of the fun tonight. Let me tell you that tonight we'll be talking about the draws for the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederations Cup. It's going to be an Herculean task for Nigerian teams to make it to the money-spinning group stages. You know, there's a new format out now, so we'll be talking about that on the show tonight. We'll give you, we'll continue with our end of the year review, so we'll be talking Scrabble on the show tonight. We will also be traveling abroad, taking a look at the German Bundesliga, the last set of matches that will be played before the end of the year. All right, let me quickly introduce my partner that starts off the show with me before I give you what we will be talking about later on the show, apart from the ones that are earlier listed. Rotimi Akindele joins us on the show tonight. It's been a while, but we're happy to have you.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to be here. So it's been a while. Compliments of the season.
Said to you, how was it stressful getting down here?
Well, I think because of the December buzz, traffic everywhere, but it's fine. At least able to get here in time for the show.
All right. Okay, so let's quickly go on the show, and want you to be a part of everything that we're doing on the show. Feedback is key. Feedback is crucial. So if you're just joining us for the first time, this is how you can be a part of the show. You have it right there on your screen. On Facebook, it is Channels Ivan Sports, and of course on Twitter, it is at Channels_Sports. That's how you can give your opinion to issues raised on this program through the following mechanism. And of course, you can also take it a step further. You can read all our top stories on www.channelstv.com. You can also view us live on youtube.com/channelsweb. You can view all our top stories live. Of course, you can take it a step further by going to m.channelstv.com. If what you have is your iPad, your iPhone, and your BlackBerry. When you do that, you will be viewing us live. Well, if you want to take Channels Television with you everywhere that you go, all you have to do is to download the Channels TV app for your Android, your iOS, and your Windows from the respective stores. When you do that, you will be taking Channels Television with you everywhere you go, and of course you won't be missing out on a thing from your award-winning Channels Television. As you know, sports is a tiny fraction of what we have to offer on Channels Television. You'll do yourself a whole lot of good by downloading that app, viewing us live, watching all our top stories, just to ensure that you are not missing out on the best of news, entertainment, and information right here on your award-winning Channels Television. All right, let me just quickly move on the show, and what we're going to do, like I said earlier, we continue with our review of the end of the year. We'll continue with our review of sports in 2016, and today on our show, Sports This Morning, we had a coach and an African champion, all in Scrabble. They bear their minds, they talk about the challenges, talk about the growth of the game in Nigeria. So we allow you to listen to them today, and of course, we'll be talking much more about that later on the show.
12th title out of the 13th African Championship. Which other sports in this country have done that? No other sports. And it's the only Scrabble that have brought a world title to this country are the seniors. And still, the attention is not there from government. The attention is not there from the corporate, from a corporate Nigeria. What you see we do are personal efforts. The president, we didn't almost attend this, the 13th African Scrabble Championship, because the ministry said there was no money. And the president was not so happy. The president said, we have to go to the National Assembly, that we don't have funds to travel. The government should give more credence to Scrabble, because Scrabble is beyond what you can say is a bedroom game. But it's an intellectual game that builds the mind. It's a game that helps you in planning, because when you play Scrabble to win, you must maximize your gains. Yeah. And I saw that's what we have. And you can see today we have another African champion.
The top 5 players in the country, I was part of the team that went to Perth, Australia, that won the World Scrabble Championship. That was last year. Before we can actually start branding ourselves, I think the government needs to actually recognize us far more than the way they are recognizing us now.
Yeah.
When the government actually puts more effort into actually bringing the game up to that standard, it's going to be easy for us to get corporate sponsorship only.
Welcome back. You listen to Coach Anthony Ikolo and African Scrabble champion Seydou Ayorinde. There are a lot of interesting things to say, talking about the growth of the game, how much Scrabble has been able to do for Nigeria, and the neglect. Well, that's what most of the other sports complain about. But Rotimi, let me get your thoughts quickly. We seem to be producing African champions with ease. Scrabble got us on the global stage, but you know the cry is everywhere.
Well, the cry is everywhere, especially across all sports. But at least for Scrabble, we had a champion late last year, and I think that helped us to churn out more players this year. About some days ago, we went for a championship that out of the top 10 players, 9 of them were Nigerian. So, I mean, that's an encouraging sign from the world of Scrabble. But then again, the growth of the game in Nigeria has been, just like it's been affecting all other sports, Scrabble is also one of the affected sports in Nigeria. And I think, yes, every time we call for government support, but I'm going to talk to the Federation a bit. Is there a way you can
help yourself?
Is there a way you can sell this game yourself? Is there a way you can get corporate sponsors
is there a way you
or
can put in
corporate
your
bodies
money
to come in? Is there a way you can put in your own money? To put it in that on that pedestal that you really want to watch it grow or watch it blossom. Yes, we have good Scrabble players on the home front. Even you and I play Scrabble. So anybody can go into Scrabble and play, but we need that funds. Every time it shouldn't be government must support to encourage government. I'm sure government has a whole lot of things they are thinking of than sports in Nigeria. So I think the guys in charge should look inwards and see how we can raise funds on our own, to support most of these major sports. And because Scrabble is not left out. All
right, so we move on that. But it's been a good year for Scrabble.
It's been a good year, yeah.
That must be said. But like Rotimi said, maybe we should start looking for other ways to help the growth of the games that have helped put Nigeria on the global map. All right, let's quickly move on, Rotimi, and take out basketball. Well, it's in the news that the NBA are ready to open an academy in Africa. The National Basketball Association wants to open its first academy in Africa. Its latest move to unearth talent from outside the United States of America and to extend the league's reach into new territories. The academy will be based in Senegal. It follows similar NBA projects this year in China and Australia. But Rotimi, what is key is that the scouting program will be conducted with local federations across Africa to identify the inaugural pool of 12 prospects. Wait for it. Who will receive scholarship at the Elite Training Center. I think that's good. I'm hoping some Nigerians will benefit.
Yeah, let's hope some Nigerians will benefit, and that has started from the federation itself. Do we have a very stable federation? We know there's scuffles in basketball. That has to be sorted very, very quickly if you want to, benefit from such a laudable program. But Tijani Yusuf have done pretty well, for basketball lately. And I think tapping into programs like this will be very key for Nigeria. There was a time you had the NBA come to South Africa, and then we had the NBA exhibition game in South Africa. Now it's Senegal. Senegal, Yemi, I must mention, has been doing a whole lot of work on the ground across all sports.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's no surprise that the beach guys came in and got something from Nigeria. It's no fluke, rather, because there's a whole lot of program, going on with sports in Senegal.
A lot of partnership.
I've been opportunity to talk to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 athletes from Senegal, and I know what they are enjoying as regards sports development in that part. So I'm not surprised that the NBA has chosen, Dakar, for where to set up the academy, because they have solid basketball stars also in Senegal.
Kudos to the government for always producing the conducive environment as well.
And that's the message here. I mean, we talked about Scrabble some minutes ago. The same thing in Nigeria. Yes, we should have that enabling environment to ensure that our sports develop. But for the Nigerians taking part in this particular project, it has to go. It boils down on the MBBF now. What you look at the academy state, the developmental state. Where are we in Nigeria? We've only had private basketball clinics. What is happening at the federation level? If you have a solid program, a solid structure on ground rather, then it's easier for us as Nigerians to key into such programs. Okay,
let's move on and talk about this one. It's been in the news. First it was Russia, now it's North Africa, but it's been confirmed. Let's quickly talk about Joshua Obagi. The move signed, sealed, and delivered. It's going to be playing for Etoile du Sahel.
Yeah.
Some are happy, some are not. A lot of people say, you discover talent in Nigeria, one or two good seasons in the APFL, they are off.
And we know why.
But for some, well, good money, better playing conditions.
We know why they are off. We can't overflog that. We know why Chisom Egbuchulam, MPFL, probably his MVP last year, is in Etoile du Sahel. And while Etoile was able to capture him on Monday, we heard that Joshua will be joining. There's also a Barnabas Menga that was mentioned, and also a Muazzam was also mentioned. So this is 2 out of 4 Nigerian players touted, to be going to Etoile, and it's confirmed already. Good move. They have, I would say they have quality players, but they have a better structure, to run. To run a football league, not throwing off what the LFC have tried to do in the last few months or in the last few years. But I think it's no surprise really that Nigerians will have 1-2 good seasons in Nigeria, and then decide to go on, what do you call it now, seek greener pastures elsewhere.
Let me get you into this. I don't know where you stand in the divide. I don't know where you're going to. A lot of people believe that North Africans get our players on a chip. And would you rather have the players stay here or, if you have a chance to go. But a lot of people feel that these guys are just ripping us off. They're going to get these players and they're going to sell them.
The question here is, what is the value of our league? Of our entire league, what are we as the Nigerian Professional Football League? That will reflect on how
your shining stars are priced.
That is it. So it's going to be difficult for us to see a big move from the Nigerian scene to probably Europe or to probably another
direct
country.
Move,
No stopovers. But most of especially European football, they work with structured leagues. Yes, we are getting there gradually. Hopefully in the next few years it will be that easy, where you have big club sides from across the world come to Nigeria directly do their trade,
sign the players.
By then we can, look forward to seeing some big money moves. But for now, I think they will just tap on what we have, the structure we have on ground. The players are also desperate to move. The agents are also desperate to make 1 or 2 bucks, into their accounts and all that. So we'll just make do with what we have. But I'm sure in the near future, maybe in the next 2-3 years, should be able to have that kind of environment that will allow investors or probably folks that want to buy players or do a good transfer, come in and do it directly.
All right, let's go on a quick break. But let me tell you that we hope to be joined by some of our friends to give us perspective about the draws today in the continental competition, talking about CAF Champions League and CAF Confederations Cup. So we'll go on this break. When we return, we'll be talking about the draws and how it involves the Nigerian teams on the continent. Join us again.